All right, watch what you say. We're on the record. Okay. So Sisterhood Shabbat is coming up the 21st. Now, obviously, your sisterhood can do it whenever it wants, but I just thought in preparation for Sisterhood Shabbat, maybe we would do a little practice of the blessings before, for an aliyah, so before we read the Torah, as well as the blessings before and after the Haftorah, because I don't think we've ever looked at the blessings before and after the Haftorah. So I thought, well, it's just more words. Some are new and different, but some are repeats. So what the heck? So give me a second. I have so many screens open. I just need to pull them up.
Makes you a screenager. My daughter calls me a screenager.
That's interesting. Okay. Well, trying to teach this class, it's just, this is the Haftorah. So that's Hatzikadosh.
So you want who first, and then the before the Haftorah and the after the Haftorah. That's what
I thought we'd start with actually before the Torah, and then we move to the Haftorah.
Sure,
but,
that's the order in which it takes place.
Precisely. I don't like to go too much out of order, but so I have so many things on my screen. I also have it, so you guys are hopefully used to, this is the Behrman, right? And she'll read to us if we want her to, right?
Baruch et Adonai Mevorach.
But on the other hand, we can read. So I'm assuming, well, is this big enough for everyone to read? Is it a good size?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm assuming everyone's familiar with this, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. I wish, hold on one second. No, that's not what I want. I'm sorry.
Happy New Year, ladies. Healthy New Year.
How are you doing, Marlene?
I'm better. I had a wonderful vacation in the Caribbean with my family, but came back with asthma from all the change and stuff. And so I'm now on my asthma meds, but they're working.
But asthma's not new, right, for you?
No, but I hadn't had it in 3 years. I think the COVID and the vacation just brought it all back. Thank you.
Well, it'll probably go away again.
From your mouth to God's ears. Rachel's trying to teach. We're recording.
Thank you. Okay. So, oh, there's Geraldine. Good. Okay. So, since these are so nicely numbered, I think everyone can read a line, just one line. Okay. So Lenore, will you start for us?
Sure. Baruch hu et Adonai Mevorach.
Beautiful. Thank you. Marlene, will you continue?
Baruch Adonai Mevorach leolam va'ed.
Excellent. Edith, next.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Okay, thank you. Audrey?
Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim.
Very nice, thank you. Susan?
V'natan lanu et Torato.
Perfect, thank you. Oh, my mouse on this page. Lorraine, 6.
Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Perfect, thank you. I am just going to scroll up if it'll, there, that's as far as it wants to go. Geraldine, will you do 8?
Yes, I will. All right. So what do we have? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Perfect, thank you. Connie, I can't see you on my screen, but oh wait, I'm gonna find you.
Yeah. I'm
There you
here.
are.
I'm here.
Okay,
And are we on 8?
now we're on 9. We're on, yeah,
We're on
Yeah.
9, yeah.
9. Asher Natan Lanu Torah Emet.
so it's just Torah.
Torah. Torah Emet.
Perfect, thank you. Lenore, I think I'm coming, I don't think I missed anyone, right? Okay, so that means we're back to Lenore.
Where are we? Line
On 10.
Vahaye Olam Natan Batohenu.
Perfect, thank you. Susan, 11?
Chata Adonai notain haTorah.
Perfect, 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 perfect. So this is obviously the blessing before we read from the Torah. And here, so I guess we'll listen.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
All right, she's too slow. I can't take it. You guys can read easily as fast as that, right?
And can we modify her?
No, we cannot. This is a very simple website and we cannot. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so give me 1 second. Where is the other page I had up? No, this is, okay, it's here or it's not here. This is after, I'm sorry, I'm just, here we go. So this is what it would look like in your book, right? You want me to make this bigger? I can make it bigger.
Thanks.
Oh, that made it smaller. I don't know why that.
Great,
Oh, it's
great
only
job.
getting me 2 settings. Yeah.
My husband always reminds me before I go up that once I say the first line, the congregation responds, and then you repeat what the congregation said.
That's right. So here on the page I'm showing you, which I can move it. Can you see it all right?
Yeah.
So this is in my Lev Shalem. It's on page 172. And I'm not sure the page in Sim Shalom only because I didn't bring it out. But actually the Sim Shalom doesn't have quite the same instructions, but so here it tells you the person who is honored with an aliyah recites the following before the Torah is read, Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach, and then it tells you the congregation responds, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed, and then it tells you the person who is honored repeats the above response and then continues. So Baruch Adonai Hamvorach, I'm sorry, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai noten haTorah. Right?
Yes.
And then the Torah is read, and then it gives you more instruction. The person who is honored recites the following after the Torah is read. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Right? So one of the reasons I thought we could focus a little bit on this is sung to the Torah trope that those in the bat mitzvah class are learning. Unfortunately, I can't.
Bye, guys.
Okay, somebody, I need to mute somebody here.
Marcia.
Okay, I
Marcia.
got her. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't find a copy with the trope notes on it, which is a challenge. So I'm guessing that you all who are in the bat mitzvah class probably have, I'm hoping that you were given a copy with the trope notes, because you're learning the trope notes, and it would be nice to see them on the words of the blessings before the Torah, which you're already familiar with. But Edith, what you're throwing your hands up, tell me what you're thinking. You have to unmute. Tell me.
I'm gonna be muted for a while. All the maintenance in the world is going on right around
Oh,
my
okay.
apartment house right now.
Okay, that's fine. You stay muted. Okay, so anyway, but this is something that you all are familiar with because you've heard it your whole life. Well, for a long time, we'll call it that. So, at any rate, but so you all read that so nicely and so easily. Now we're going to go to one that you're less familiar with, though you've heard it, I'm guessing, many times. I just have to scroll down. The blessings before the Haftorah and after the Haftorah. So I'm now in Lev Shalem. I'm on 173. Is that right? Hold on.
175.
Thank you. Yes, I was going to say that. I'm telling you the wrong page. It is 175. Thank you, Connie. And it's also on my screen. So I'm making that go away. Okay. So blessings before the Haftorah. I'm going to read them because I'm assuming you all are much less familiar with them.
I just started studying this for my individual bat mitzvah in December.
Oh, okay. So Marlene, is the whole class working on this now?
No. I'm doing this. I'm having an adult single, my own
Oh, you did say individual, right? So you're doing it at Addith?
in 2024. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Okay, well,
So it's so funny that I had really never paid much attention to that because I was always trying to follow the people reading the Haftorah because it's easier than reading Torah. But anyway, so I just started learning this myself.
good, wonderful. See, I just had a feeling this would be relevant to our class. Okay, so I'm going to read. So I'm starting. So the top line is actually just the name, right? Bracha lifnei hahaftorah. So that's just the name of this prayer. And here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar bin vi'im tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher Batorah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'inviei ha'emet v'tzedek. Now, what I was trying to figure out, and I was trying to find this, and I did find it actually. After lessons before, here's it before. Here it is with the Torah, with the trope.
Oh,
Now the trope you see in the green, right? The trope looks exactly like Torah trope, but because this is Haftorah, the melody is slightly different. And Marlene, that's where the challenge will come for you. Although it sounds like there's enough time between your bat mitzvah with sisterhood in July and your individual bat mitzvah next year that you'll keep it straight in your head. But it's different. It's a little challenging. But so we're going to listen to this chanted by this lovely Ray Antonoff, who I don't know who she is, but she does a very nice job.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai, Habocher Batorah, Uv Moshe Avdo, Uv Yisrael Amo, Uvin V'ei Ha'emet V'tzedek.
She does a lovely job. Okay, I'm happy to send you that. I have to remember where, what? This is this where I was? This is where I was. Okay. So that was the blessing before. Now the blessing after is much longer.
Six parts, 3 or 6 parts, depending on how you count.
Right. Brachot la'achar hahaftarah. So after. So is it easier if this is probably larger for you. You see this better?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Much
Let's read
better.
from this. Okay, so I can read from this one. Baruch atah. Now you notice on this one, I looked high and low. This is the same resource online, the same woman, but she doesn't put the trope in for the after. And I looked everywhere to try and find it with the trope, could not find it. So here we are without the trope. That's quite all right.
Can I
Yeah,
ask a question or make a comment, since I'm just learning this now?
Mhm.
The ritual director and the Hebrew instructors at our synagogue have these symbols that are not trope, because I guess they're not exactly Torah trope, but they have like arrows and squiggles. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If that when you listen to it, it's not going to sound like Torah trope, which is major and positive, and it's not necessarily going to sound like what we just heard before. It's almost like a third entity. I mean, that's at least how I'm experiencing it.
Huh.
And
Okay.
that's why you couldn't find it with trope, because all the versions that I have squiggles and arrows going up and down, because it's not exactly trope.
Well, interesting that you say that.
I could be wrong. That's what I was told.
Well, maybe you know what? So it's certainly sung to the same trope, Haftorah trope, that the beginning is and that the Haftorah is. But so that's interesting. So, and you can see here, the trope on this page that I'm blowing up. This is what you all in the bat mitzvah class were given, right? And you got the carrots and the apostrophes and the little 90-degree angles and colons and things, right? So this is traditional Torah and Haftorah trope. So the blessing before the Haftorah, we saw these exact trope marks.
They are
So-
there in the before. You're absolutely right.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And they're Haftorah. I mean, they're in the minor. Yeah, they're in the sad minor key as
Yes.
a Torah, which is the uplifting major positive sound. Okay.
Thank you for explaining that. It's a very, very nice way of putting it. Okay. So we'll just read this for now. And then afterwards, we'll listen to Ray sing it to us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Tzur kol ha'olamim. Tzadik bechol hadorot. Ha'el ha'ne'eman. Ve'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber umkayem, shekol devarav emet vatzedek. Oh, it's not going to let me. All right, we'll listen to her sing part of it, and then when it swoops up, I'll stop it and I'll read some more.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol haolamim tzadik bechol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh hamdaber umkayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek.
Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom hashabat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha lechavod ultifaret.
HaTorah, ועל העבודה, ועל הנביאים, ועל יום השבת הזה, שנתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו, לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת.
Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach varchim otach yitbarach shimcha b'fi kol chai tamid leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. I feel like there's something left out here.
There is.
Let's-
Seems like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
This is the short version.
This must
Yeah.
be an abbreviated because starting with the first one, excuse me, with Baruch Atah Adonai, and then the one I have here is Ne'eman Atahu.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so this is the
There's something-
reform
there's-
version. This is,
Okay.
she's calling it the reform version. Let's finish listening and then we'll go back to what we're
Can I
more
ask a
used to.
question? Rachel?
Let me finish. Let's let her
Okay.
sing it through and then we'll
Yeah.
do it.
לך ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת.
Okay, so let's go back. This is the version that, oh, sorry. Ay, what just happened? I think it changed pages on me. Hold on. What the heck? It changed pages on me. Sorry, ladies.
So you want 175.
Except in this version, it's a little different.
Oh.
This is the online version. All right, hold on. I'm gonna zoom out so I can find it easier.
Work.
Shabbat morning, Amida. This way I can go faster. I don't know why it changed pages on me, taking out the Torah. Here we go. Procession of the Torah. Blessings recited, those called to the Torah. Okay, let me make this bigger. Here we go. Let's see, God, just lifting the Torah. Here we go. Here's the Haftorah blessings. Okay. So she left out a bunch of paragraphs. Yeah, she left out, that was definitely an abbreviated version.
Okay.
Yeah. They left out like 2/3 of it, half of it.
Are you attributing that to the reform movement or there's an abbreviated, this is the full version that we do in the conservative movement and she just happened to do whatever?
I don't know. All I know is it said reform in parentheses on her YouTube
Okay.
description. So I apologize for that.
No big deal.
Audrey, you had a question?
I did. On her version, I think it was line 10, the first word was the same as in Kaddish. And I was just wondering, because Kaddish is Aramaic, right?
Oh, Yitbarach? Yes.
Yeah. And so do they share some words?
Well, I'm sure there are. Yes, there's definitely words that are shared between the two.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back and read this. Baruch atah Adonai. You see where I am, right? The second line from the top. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzor kol haolamim, tzadik b'chol hadorot, ha'el hane'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber umkayem, shekol divarav emet v'tzedek. Ne'eman atah hu Adonai Eloheinu. v'ne'emanim divarecha, v'davar echad midvarecha, achor lo yashuv rekam, ki el melech ne'eman v'rachaman ata. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el ha'ne'eman v'chol divarav. So let's look at the translation, because honestly, I cannot tell you exactly what this means. So Baruch our God, sovereign of time and space, eternal protector, righteous in all generations, holy mackerel. I haven't read this more recent translation of this. I'm more used to the old-fashioned translation. Anyway, the faithful God who fulfills what is promised, who accomplishes what is spoken, whose every word is true and just. Faithful are you, Adonai, and your words are trustworthy. Not one of your words will prove empty, for you are a faithful and compassionate sovereign. I did not know that's what that said. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'ne'aman kol devarav. This I can get. God who faithfully fulfills all your words. B'chol devarav, yes, all your words. Okay. Rachem al Tzion ki hi beit chayenu v'la'aluvat. I misread that the first time. V'la'aluvat nefesh toshia bimhera v'yamenu. Baruch atah Adonai mesameach Zion bivanecha. Show compassion to Zion, our true home, and speedily in our time bring deliverance to those sad in spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, who makes Zion happy with her children. So
Zion is Israel, the promised land.
yes, it's bivanecha, her children. Okay. Samchenu Adonai Eloheinu be'Eliyahu Hanavi Avdecha Uv Malchut Beit David Mishichecha Bimhera Yavo V'Yagel Libenu Al Kiso Lo Yeshev Zar V'Lo Yin Chalu Od Acherim et kvodo ki v'shem kadshecha nishbata lo shelo yichbe nero leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai magen David. Make us joyful, Adonai our God, with Elijah the prophet, your servant, and with the kingdom of David, your anointed. May he soon come, making our hearts rejoice. May no stranger sit on this throne, and may no other inherit this glory, for you have promised him by your holy name that his light shall never be extinguished. Baruch atah Adonai, shield of David, magen David. Okay. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom haShabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha lichavod ul tifaret al kol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach varchim otach yitbarach Shimcha Pefi Kol Chai Tamid Leolam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. For all this, we thank you and praise you, Adonai our God, for the Torah, for the ability to worship, for the prophets, for the Shabbat that you have given us, Adonai our God, for holiness and for rest, for honor and for glory. May your name be blessed by all that is living, always and forever, and may your promise prove true and everlasting. Baruch atah Adonai, who makes Shabbat holy. Okay, it's interesting the part that is left out in that other shorter version. Huh. I'm just looking at the side notes. So let's look at this for a second, if you would.
What
Bear
page
with
are we
me.
in, Lev Shalom? One,
I'm in 175. Let's see if I can move this over for y'all and you can still see it. Okay. So I'm looking at this sidebar. And Lev Shalem explains regarding the Haftorah, the Hebrew Bible is composed of 3 divisions in descending order of revelation. The 5 books of Moses,
Right.
known as the Torah. Oh, sorry, this mouse of mine is the Torah, the prophets, both historical books from Judges through Kings, and the 3 major and 12 minor prophets, and the writings, including Psalms, the 5 Megillot, Job, Proverbs, Daniel, and the late historical works of Ezra, Nehemiah, and Chronicles. In the ancient synagogue in the land of Israel, passages were read from all 3 sections on Shabbat.
hi, honey.
Probably because of time constraints, the custom of a 3rd reading died away. And today we read only from the Torah and the prophets. So that's the Torah and the Haftorah. The latter reading is called the Haftarah. Oh, look, I know what they're going to say before they say it, meaning the parting or the conclusion, and it usually complements themes in the day's Torah reading. The custom of reading from the writings remains on the festivals. On the intermediate Shabbat of Pesach, we read Song of Songs. On Shavuot, we read the Scroll of Ruth, and on Sukkot, we read Ecclesiastes. The Haftorah need not be read from a parchment scroll. Some older synagogues, though, have 2 smaller arks beside the main ark containing the Torah scrolls. To the right is a recess containing a scroll of the prophetic readings, and to the left, another one containing the 5 scrolls read on festivals, Tisha B'Av and Purim. Interesting. So, yeah, when my synagogue, we only have Torah scrolls. We don't, although on Purim, we do have a scroll for the Megillah. We have a Megillah Purim, Megillah Esther, excuse me. But I'm not aware of other scrolls. We certainly don't take them out on Shabbat to read the Haftorah. And I learned the Haftorah from the Chumash, from a book, right? Never opening the Torah. Okay, so I'll keep going. So the brachot after the Haftorah, a series of brachot concludes the reading from the prophets. The earliest synagogue services probably centered on the public reading of biblical passages, and so the prayers concluding the Haftorah reading may have constituted the core of the most ancient synagogue service. These prayers mention the sanctity of the day, express messianic longing, and speak of God's faithfulness in keeping the divine promise. Themes also included in the Amidah for Shabbat. Okay, well, so that kind of sums it all up. Questions, comments? Okay.
No, I want to say thank you for pointing out that page, the sidebar. That for me is not something I know naturally. So I appreciate it. I'm going to actually mark this page.
Well, that's the beauty of Lev Shalem, if you ask me. It contains so much information that I think they used to just take for granted, that somehow people knew this, appreciated this, whatever. And in fact, most of us learned the service by rote, by going, right? And weren't taught all of those things, the behind the prayer kind of information, right? Okay. So where should we go from here is the question. Give me a second to see what else I have. Oh, yes. Okay. So we're going to do one more. Hold on. I lost y'all. Sorry. I have so many. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen again. Good morning, Marjorie. Good morning,
Good morning,
everyone.
Marjorie.
Late,
But Happy New
That's
Year,
okay.
everyone.
Happy
I
New Year.
apologize. At least I made it.
It's.
Emphasis
happy
on
to
the
have-
healthy.
You're not the, only one who sometimes has to come a little late. Okay, so
Yes, but
speaking of, so again with trope, so the Via Hafta, right? The first paragraph following the Shema is also sung to the same Torah trope, right? Okay, Shema and its blessings. So in Lev Shalem, after the Shema, hold on, Baruch Hu. I'm looking for the page in my Lev Shalem.
For the Shema,
Yeah,
page 155.
thank you. I was so close. Oh, and it's of course marked. I just didn't. Okay, so if you
My
look
book is
in
full
your,
of little tabs.
me too. Yes, but so oh, so if I go back, give me another half a second. I can pull it up here for us.
Actually, it's 155.
Oh, what just happened?
And it's 346 on.
Well, oh, I'm so sorry. I
Lev
just
Shalom.
lost the page. I don't know why this happened, but oh, so it brought me to. Oh, never mind. This is the wrong. All right. Ashrei. Hold on. I apologize. I am. Just cancel this. It's not letting me. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Come on. Here we go. I was going to bring it up on my screen, but of course I'm not finding it. Does everyone have a prayer book in front of her so then I don't need to bother?
Maybe Marcia doesn't. She might not,
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Well,
but you could, but I don't think you can ask her right now.
That's okay. I'm sorry, ladies. Pesuke de Zimra. Ashrei. Ashrei keeps coming up when I don't want it.
Are you looking for the Shema?
I am in this particular version, so let's see if it's going to be 155. The pages are sometimes different.
Right.
Shema, here it is. Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. Shabbat, we continue. Hold on. Did I miss it? No, I didn't. It's after this. Here we go. Okay. So here again, we have the Torah trope on the Via Hafta, right? You see? Via Hafta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha, right? So I just wanted you to see that in most prayer books, they include the trope on the Via Hafta. So now we can go back, now that I spent all that time, and we can listen to the lovely Ahuva Zaks sing it to us.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך.
Barbara.
והיו הדברים
Yeah, I'm in Hebrew class, but I don't
האלה אשר אנוכי
No, this is a
מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבביך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Now, I will tell you that her singing of the trope is ever so slightly different than the way I was taught it, and that's not uncommon. I'm guessing that, you know, there are slight variations. And if you might be interesting for Marlene that, you know, she's being taught currently in the Women's League bat mitzvah class. And then you're also, I assume you have a tutor in Cincinnati, and there
Yeah.
might be slight differences. There's
There
these days.
are.
Yeah.
Dare say you're right, but you know what's really interesting? Thank you so much for sharing this, because obviously I know the Shabbat, I've seen it and heard it. And for somebody who's been in the synagogue for 21 years, there I was starting, and all of a sudden after the Shema, which is, you know, ubiquitous and everybody knows transliteration by ear or by rote, and they go into this and I'm like, because it wasn't Torah, I just never really realized what this tune is. So thank you for enlightening me.
Oh, yes, yes. So, and certainly, I imagine you just learn it as a tune, as you just said, and you don't appreciate that you see these extra squiggles on the page, and unless you know Torah trope are squiggles, you have no idea why there are these extra markings all around
Right.
this paragraph,
That's
right?
And it's
Right.
so different from the Shema, and it's like the Torah isn't being chanted from, it's not in the Aliyah. So it's very educational to study with Rachel Ferber and friends.
Thank you. Well, and so now the second and third paragraph, which I'm scrolling through right here, V'haya im shama tishmeu el mitzvotai. This is the second paragraph, and then the third paragraph. So the second paragraph, which is from Deuteronomy, and the third paragraph, which is from Numbers, Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael. They don't bother chanting these in shul. My shul, every shul I've ever been to, for the most, well, there's a couple exceptions, but for the most part, they do these silently in the mumble sphere, right? They don't, right? Yet these could be chanted just as easily because they have all the trope on them, right? It's all here. So let's just see.
So interesting.
So let's just look at what Lev Shalem is telling us. So the recitation of the Shema, which we know about, this is, we're going to skip down. We'll see what they say about the V'ahavta. El Melech Ne'eman. Okay. Shema Yisrael, we know this. Echad, praise Baruch Shem. Okay. Okay, so here, the only thing it says, doesn't say a lot about the V'ahavta, but down here, inscribe them upon your doorposts, which is Tavtem al mezuzot. The observant Jew lives a life surrounded by the Shema, reciting it in the morning upon rising and at night before going to sleep, walking past its inscription on the mezuzah when entering one's home, and even adorning oneself with the words on weekday mornings upon one's head and near one's heart when putting on tefillin, the phylacteries. Okay, but now these other paragraphs, so V'haya im shamoa, this is how this starts out. If you will hear is the translation of V'haya im shamoa. This paragraph suggests a direct relationship between the righteousness of our acts and our fate. If we are good, God will be good to us, and vice versa. That theology was questioned throughout the ages, and even by biblical writers themselves, most sharply in the book of Job. Nevertheless, it does speak to a deep human need to see a world as containing a moral balance between good and evil. What is expressed here in concrete terms may be understood more broadly. Moral and immoral actions have consequences both seen and unseen. Then when you get to the next paragraph, so this third paragraph is when this is sort of telling us what we're, it's from the Torah and describes why we do what we do with like putting on tzitzit and wearing tefillin, etc. So here, this next note talks about the tzitzit. The biblical scholar Israel Knoll, I guess, I'm not sure his name, Knoll, expanding by a medieval Jewish comment, suggests that the word tzitzit may derive from tzitz, I don't know this word, a headband worn by the high priest and tied in back with a patil techelet, a blue thread, a thread of blue. One on it were the words Kodesh Ladonai, holy before Adonai. Wearing the tzitzit, literally the little tzitz, we are asked to serve God in a holy way, much as the high priest did. Thus, the paragraph commands us to be holy before your God. The act of wearing tzitzit turns us all metaphorically, into high priests. Okay. Interesting. So, yeah, can I stop sharing before we chat, Geraldine? You care? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Just, I can see you all if I stop sharing. Thank you. Geraldine, have at it.
So you're saying the Vayomer is not done in most congregations out loud?
Correct. At least in my practice, my experience. Now, what can happen, what I have experienced many times is they'll sing the V'ahavta, they'll chant it, and they'll silently do the second paragraph, V'haya im shamoa, and then some will do, they might do Vayomer Adonai El Moshe Lemor, the third paragraph out loud, but more likely they don't, they pick up somewhere beyond the halfway point in third paragraph, but they do most of it silently. But, all different forms of those practices are possible.
And we do the first one. The second one is solid, and then the third one we do.
Oh, nice. I think doing it out loud is the best. So how do they chant the third paragraph, or do they just read it?
They chant it.
They do chant it. Beautiful. So that's the trope. So there you go. You're singing trope, Torah trope, for the first paragraph and the third paragraph. That's a very traditional way of doing it. That's wonderful. You're a lucky girl. Edith, you have to unmute.
That's the practice where I am too.
Oh, how nice. Okay. I'm so glad to hear that. I have not chanted the third paragraph in like forever, so I don't think I could do it. Maybe one day we'll have you ladies chant for us. Other
Geraldine,
questions?
you had to do that for your conversion, didn't you? Geraldine did it for her conversion.
Yeah, I did. And, I was still, this was like, what was my second time looking at the actual Torah? And then I got to a spot and it was like the chorus came in from the comment.
Yeah.
All right. Where some people thought online that was intentional. No. And going in to get me through. And I was like, thank you. Okay.
It felt really good too, didn't it?
Awesome. It was awesome.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Okay. Audrey, you have something?
Yeah, this is a typical, slightly off topic. With Shema Yisrael, could you explain to me how people who speak Hebrew infer the verb is? Because I don't see, how are verbs done in Israel? I don't see any verbs.
What do you mean by that?
It just, if you look at the words, where is the verb in Hebrew?
Well,
In
so
which prayer?
the first word, Shema,
Yeah.
is
says-
actually a verb.
Well, that's a command. Okay, I understand that, but it says Adonai is our God, but where's the is for that, really?
Oh, so, right, I don't think there is a word for is. It has to do with tense. And that's a very long drawn out explanation that I cannot do right now. And honestly, today I have an appointment at 10:30, so I can't stay on.
I'm not
Um,
asking you to do it. So,
Okay,
but when you learn current Hebrew,
yeah.
is that explained naturally in class?
I have
Go
no
through
idea.
tenses. They do through tenses.
Right, exactly. So like when you learn to conjugate, it's inferred and it's explained through the conjugation process, I guess, of grammar.
Okay,
Yeah. So it's, it's present tense, essentially is, right? So,
well, I mean, all the languages I've learned have, the two besides English have been Romance languages, French and Spanish. And so they're very similar to English in
Right.
verbs. So this is a truly foreign language. Okay, I'll find it later at some point in my life.
Okay, wonderful. All right, ladies. So my theme today, if you didn't quite grasp it, was trope, because everything I was focused on for the most part, right? The blessings before the Torah, the blessings after the Torah, the Haftorah blessings, the V'ahavta, all are set with trope, or all sung with trope. So that's how I got to that. And if there's prayers you want to do, send me an email. We might start on Birkat Hamazon next week. I
I'm
know
sorry, which
that's
prayer is that? I obviously am unfamiliar with that one.
Birkat Hamazon.
Oh, you said Birkat Hamazon. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. My hearing hasn't been good since I came back. Okay, Birkat Hamazon. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know you know it, exactly.
It's a hearing. I didn't know the title. I wasn't worried about the prayer.
It's okay. It's probably a glitch in our audio. So I might start that. I brought it on my screen last week, but I thought the class was too small to start new stuff. And
Thank you.
at any rate, and then as we go forward, like it dawns on me, Tu B'Shvat will come in February. We'll do a little talking about Tu B'Shvat. I'm going to try and cover the holidays as we approach them. But we don't really have a curriculum. We've covered all the curriculum that I have. So I'm trying to do things that are helpful to those ladies in the bat mitzvah class and what other things you all are interested in. So please tell me what you're interested in and we'll include it.
Maybe after people throw out other ideas, I'm still less comfortable with most of the weekday service because I don't go regularly. So I didn't know if there were parts of that we could go
You
back
want to review? Okay.
later
well,
in the spring.
Okay, we can review, sure. Marjorie?
I don't know if anybody else really knows the weekday services, probably because they go.
Marjorie, go ahead.
I don't know about anybody else, and if I'm the only one, I'll find another way. Having an aliyah, exactly what to do.
Yes, I will walk you through the choreography, yes. So we started.
I
this
would
morning-
appreciate that.
We started this morning, maybe before you came on, with the blessings for before and after reading the Torah. But I can go through the choreography and the blessings again, no problem.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm sorry I was late and missed it.
I'm writing down Torah choreography.
It's a nice way of putting it. I like it.
That's what I call the choreography of Shabbat morning service is often the most terrifying thing to people who are new to the place. Right? It's where should I be? How do I stand? How do
Where's
these
my
people know-
hand? Do I do this? Do I do that?
Okay. All right. I gotta pop off because I have a place to be at 10:30 and I need to
Thank
go.
you so much,
Thank you
Rachel.
so much. Shabbat
Yes, thank you.
shalom.
Thanks,
Shabbat
Rachel.
shalom, everybody.
Shabbat,
Stay
everyone.
healthy.
Everybody. Good to
Take
see
care.
everybody.
I sit here
Welcome
and
back.
cough like
Right.
crazy.